Have you ever wondered why all your efforts in a relationship go unnoticed? Why you pour your heart, your time, your care into someone, only to be met with silence and indifference? Why does this happen? Why do some people fail to appreciate your loyalty and attention? Today we're going to talk about how to recognize when you simply don't matter to someone, when they truly just don't care. But more importantly, you'll learn how to stop wasting your energy on people who don't deserve it, and how to reclaim your inner strength. If you're ready to take an honest look at your relationships, stay with me until the end. Let's begin. Each of us needs to feel like we matter. Carl Jung once said, "Man cannot stand a meaningless life. We search for meaning in love and connection, in being seen." But what happens when you start to realize that your presence in someone's life means nothing to them? That realization hurts, and admitting it, that can be even harder. But why is that? Why is it so painful to face the truth that someone doesn't value us? Why do we keep texting, calling, and caring, even when it's clear our efforts are one-sided? Often the reason is simple. We're afraid of being alone, afraid to accept that someone we care deeply about but may not feel the same in return. But here's the surprising part. Sometimes we're the ones creating this dynamic. We allow others to treat us with disrespect because deep down we're not fully convinced of our own worth. It's time to change that. Let's go through a few clear signs that reveal when someone simply isn't interested in you. 1, they never reach out first. If you're always the one initiating, calling, texting, making plans, that's a red flag. Healthy relationships are built on mutual effort. 2, they don't ask about your life. If the conversation always revolves around them and your stories go unnoticed, it shows a lack of genuine care. 3, they avoid commitment. If they shy away from making plans or dodge serious conversations, chances are they just don't see a future with you. 4, they don't appreciate your efforts. When your kindness, your gifts, your support are taken for granted, it's a clear sign you're being undervalued. 5, they don't show emotion. A lack of warmth, interest, or sincere response says one thing: you're not their priority. If someone stays indifferent to your joys, your struggles, or your achievements, it's a sign they're simply not that interested. Let me share a story with you. I once knew a woman named Irina. She fell for a man who seemed perfect, attentive, intelligent, charismatic. But over time, she began to notice some red flags. He almost never texted first, never asked how she was doing, and often canceled their plans at the last minute. For a long time, Irina made excuses for him. "He's just busy," she would say. "He's going through a rough patch. He's not into texting much." But one day she found out by accident he was already married. For the one time, he had 4 children and was paying child support for 2 of them. Suddenly, everything made sense. It wasn't about being busy or tired or having a difficult personality. It was simply indifference, and that's when she realized she had been giving her time, energy, and love to someone who didn't truly care. More than that, she realized she didn't even want to be with him anymore. And do you know what happened next? The moment Irina stopped texting first, stopped waiting around, and started focusing on herself, he suddenly became interested. But by then she no longer cared. She had come to understand that she deserved so much more. Have you ever experienced something similar? Have you ever felt like everything you did went unnoticed? Has someone close to you hidden something important once your relationship began? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear right now. There are so many people going through this, in big cities, in small towns, all across the world. But why does this keep happening? Why do we find ourselves in these one-sided relationships again and again? Carl Jung once said that our relationships with others are a reflection of what's happening within ourselves. If you constantly find yourself feeling unappreciated, maybe it's not just about them. Maybe it's about how you see yourself. When we don't believe in our own worth, we unknowingly attract people who confirm that self-doubt. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." So often we cling to relationships that bring us no joy, simply because we're afraid of change. But real freedom begins when you choose yourself and let go of what hurts. We get used to pain, to uncertainty, to the feeling of not being appreciated. And over time, that becomes our comfort zone. Strangely enough, we begin to accept what hurts, simply because it's familiar. But here's the most important part. The moment you become aware of this inner pattern, you gain the power to change it. If you've realized that you don't matter to someone, here are a few steps that can help you break free from this trap. Accept the reality. The first and hardest step is to face the truth. To admit that the person you have been giving so much to doesn't truly value you. It hurts, but that's where freedom begins. Stop making excuses. We often tell ourselves, he's just busy. It's a rough time for him. He's not good at showing emotions. But the truth is simple. If someone truly wants to be with you, they'll find a way to show it. Look at the situation from the outside. Imagine this is happening not to you, but to your best friend. What would you tell them? Probably, you deserve better. So why aren't you telling yourself the same thing? Work on your self-worth. When we feel unappreciated, it often stems from our own doubts about our value. Start with something simple. Remind yourself every day you are worthy of love and respect simply because you exist. Try this little exercise. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, I am worthy of love. I value myself. At first, it may feel strange or even silly, but over time, these words begin to shift something deep inside you. Stop comparing yourself to others. You are unique. Your value does not depend on other people's opinions or how they treat you. Face your shadow. Carl Jung described the shadow as the part of ourselves we often avoid, our fears, wounds, insecurities. But healing begins when we stop running from our shadow and start listening to it. Ask yourself, why am I allowing others to treat me this way? What am I afraid of losing if I let this person go? Maybe you're afraid of being alone. Maybe you fear that no one else will ever love you. Or perhaps it feels like life will lose its meaning without them. These fears are natural, but they should never control your life. Take a sheet of paper, write down your thoughts, and answer these questions honestly. It's the first step toward freeing yourself and beginning a new chapter of your life. Here are 3 simple yet powerful questions to ask yourself. How do I feel when I'm not appreciated? Why am I still holding on to this relationship? What can I do to change this situation? Your answers will help you understand your emotions and motivations more deeply, and that is the first step toward inner freedom. Set personal boundaries. Boundaries are the shield that protects your energy and your mental well-being. If you feel someone doesn't value you, it's time to stop investing in them. Start small. Stop texting first. Don't offer help unless you're asked. Don't be afraid to say no. Remember, your time, your attention, your energy, these are your resources, and you have every right to choose who deserves them. If someone truly cares about you, they'll notice the shift, and they'll begin to treat you differently. If not, that's your confirmation that walking away was the right choice. Learn to let go. Sometimes the only way forward is to let go, to make space for those who will genuinely be there for you and value you for who you are. Yes, it can be hard, especially when you have been holding on for so long. But letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing yourself. Try this simple exercise. Close your eyes. Imagine you're holding something heavy in your hands. Now, let it go. And say to yourself, I release everything that no longer serves me. And finally, one more powerful step. Practice gratitude. Every day, find at least one thing you're grateful for. It helps shift your focus from what's missing to all that you already have. It brings you back to your inner strength. Each day, write down at least 3 things you're grateful to yourself for. It can be something small, like, today I did a good job. I was there for a friend. I made time for myself. This simple habit boosts your self-worth and reminds you, you're already doing so much, and you are worthy of respect. Nurture your interests. Find something that truly brings you joy. It could be anything: painting, dancing, reading, working out, traveling. When you do what lights you up inside, you're not just distracting yourself from pain, you're becoming a fuller version of yourself. Your hobbies help you understand who you are, what excites you, what drains you, what inspires you. And that self-knowledge is the foundation for building healthy, conscious relationships. Don't carry your pain alone. Sometimes it's hard to see the situation clearly when you're in the middle of it. Talk to someone, a friend, a loved one, a therapist. They can help you gain a new perspective and offer support when you need it most. Never be afraid to ask for help. It's not weakness, it's self-care. Learn to love yourself. Loving yourself isn't selfish. It's the foundation of your strength. Start small. Make time for yourself. Praise yourself for even the smallest wins. Treat yourself to something nice, just because you deserve it. The more you love yourself, the less you depend on outside approval. Build a new circle of connection. Sometimes we stay in unhealthy relationships simply because we're afraid of being alone. But there are people out there, people who can truly see you and who want to value you. Open yourself to the world, and you will find them. They might be new people, acquaintances, colleagues, kindred spirits. Be open to new connections, and don't rush the process. Trust the timing of your life. It may feel like you'll never get over someone, like no one better will ever come along. But time heals. Trust it. Every single day you live is a step forward. You are worthy of love, of attention, of respect. If someone doesn't see your worth, that doesn't mean it's not there. You are a unique soul with your own talents, your own beauty, your own inner light. And if someone fails to see that, it says more about them, not about you. Carl Jung once wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." What does that mean? It means your old wounds, your fears, your beliefs, they might be silently shaping your choices, whom you're drawn to, what kind of love you accept, and what kind of treatment you tolerate. But the moment you begin healing, everything starts to shift. You stop attracting those who don't value you, and you start welcoming people who truly see your soul, people who want to be near you, who respect you, who love you as you are. But all of that begins with you. Stop waiting for someone to come and make you happy. No one can give you what you won't first give yourself. Recognize your worth. You are not your mistakes, not your accomplishments, not your past relationships. You are so much more than that. You are the light within, your depth, your ability to love and to be loved. Embrace your shadow. Embrace your weaknesses, your fears, your old wounds, not with judgment, but with compassion. They are a part of you too. And it's through acceptance that true strength begins to grow. These may be the parts of you you've tried to hide, the fear, the doubt, the hurt, but they are what make you real, whole, human. When you embrace all of yourself, your shadow and your light, you become truly strong. Strong from within. Let go of those who can't see your light. Yeah, it's not easy, especially when you have been holding on for a long time. But remember, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing yourself. It means saying, I deserve more. You deserve relationships where you are truly seen, where your feelings matter, where your efforts are valued, where your love is met with love in return. But those relationships begin with you. When you start treating yourself with love and respect, the world slowly begins to reflect that back to you. You start to notice how your circle shifts, how those who once took you for granted begin to show interest, how new people enter your life, people who recognize your worth from the very beginning, without conditions. But most importantly, you start to feel different, calmer, more confident, more whole. You come home to yourself, and that is the most valuable thing you can do. You're no longer afraid of being alone because you know you are already whole. You no longer seek constant validation because you found your worth within. And when you reach that place, love is no longer something you have to earn. It becomes a natural part of your life. You begin to radiate love, and it returns to you in the most unexpected and beautiful ways. So start today. Start small. Start by saying to yourself, I am worthy of love. I value myself. I choose myself. And remember, you are already whole. You are already worthy. You are already loved. All you have to do is believe it. Thank you for staying with me until the end. If this video resonated with you, I truly appreciate a like, and feel free to share it with someone who might need it. Subscribe for more content on self-reflection, relationships, psychology, and the philosophy of life. Until next time, all the wisdom of life, just for you.